But since you didn't really play League of Legends, you stream Hearthstone, which we'll talk about Twitch here in just a second. We're gonna go right into that. But Hearthstone, how did you get into Hearthstone? Just really quickly, was it
Yeah,
just because you played WoW, or?
I saw my friend streaming it, and I used to play WoW with him, and like he would stream WoW, and he streamed League too, but on I think it was like the last hour of stream, or a certain day was like viewers' choice, like the viewers would choose what he should play, and they would always choose Hearthstone. And then I started watching it, and I'm just like, dude, this card looks like so much fun. But I was like really dumb at first. Like I didn't like other people watching me. Like I always had like there's a spectate mode just like in League where you can like watch the person as they're fighting whoever they're fighting, and you can watch the whole match. And I took that off. I didn't want anybody watching me. He was like, let's play on my stream. I'm like, I don't think so. Like your whole viewers are going to be watching me. I was like, no. I was like really weird about it. And then I started streaming it, and I still had spectate mode off, and they're like, Bella, we can see you in stream. I'm like, well then watch stream. Don't watch me in my spectate mode. I don't know why. It was just like an issue for me. So
That's funny. So,
I was really like, I'm not very good at it. So it's the same thing. Like you can, like if you put down the wrong card, like that the game's
it's over.
done.
You know?
So yeah. So it was like really dumb for me. I was like really like, nope, don't watch me. I don't want you to see my misplays. But my misplays were like for days. I missed lethal all the fucking time. It was really bad. Like
Eh,
yeah.
But so you only played one kind of deck? Is that just because you preferred that deck, or you didn't have
Well,
the money to put into it, or?
at first, all I would play was Hunter,
Mhm.
just
Did
because it was like it was the cheapest deck you could make.
that
When you
is
don't have any cards, fucking Hunter's the way to go. Face Hunter is the way to go. Um, and then that's all I would play. And actually, Face Hunter got me to rank 10. So I mean, you can't really knock it. It works if you know how to do it. It will get you down the ladder. You just have to know what the fuck you're doing, and RNG has to be on your side, which I never really had. Um, but then like when I joined GGN, which I know we haven't talked about GGN, but when I joined GGN, they're like, Bella, you need to learn like control decks. You need to learn aggro decks, and you need to learn like they wanted me to like know everything, like learn all the other different options that I had. So that's when I got into Druid. I got into the Paladin. I got into Zoo and all that good stuff with the Warlock. That's when I started going into dabbling into the other ones. Mech Mage was another deck that I played all the time, and then they're like, you need to get off of Mech Mage and try other things. And then they linked me up with like Hearthstone pros, and I had like coaching done and stuff, and that's how I
holy
learned how to
cow.
play. That's how I learned how to play Paladin and Druid and all that good stuff. But then that like kind of like messed me up at the end though, because if I tried to play face hunter, I wanted to control the board, and I'm like, Bella, you're playing face, you cannot. I would always try and like kill shit, and they're like, Bella, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm so used to controlling the board that I'm not used to going just face and face and face. So I don't know, I can't really play face hunter now. Like I just prefer to be able to control the board.
Hmm.
So it's like weird, it kind of fucked me in the end, because now that's all I want to play is paladin and like druid, and I don't know how to play warrior. I never really got to how to really play him because I never really had the cards for it. I played it towards the end because I finally had like some of the cards, but that one's like really hard too. Like control warrior, I never was able to learn how to like fully play it. So rogue, I was never really good at rogue because I never knew how to play it either. I always got rid of those cards because I'm like, I'm never gonna play rogue anyway. So but
So,
yeah, like that's how I started.
so did they pay for your decks too? Like, I know we haven't talked about GGN too much yet, but did they help supply like funds to get you more decks so you actually had a viable deck, or were they just like, learn it and
Well,
then?
a lot of my decks that I had, and a lot of the when I first started streaming, since I started streaming like when I picked up Hearthstone. So I was new to Hearthstone, I was new to streaming. So my viewers donated money for me to get packs. So that's really how I ended up with so many packs and so many cards. Um, when GGN hooked me, like linked me with pro people, we just went through everything that I had and got rid of cards that were not something that I needed right there and then, and I could get it later. So that's kind of how I made my druid deck and my paladin deck. Like we had to disenchant a lot of cards,
Oh
and
wow.
that's how they were made. Um, but like I fell in love with paladin, so my paladin and my hunter are like my only golden heroes. Like they're golden because I've won so many games with them. I think it's like 500. Yeah, 500. It's on my Instagram. Just saying.
Nice, nice. I'm sure
Just saying.
her Instagram will be down
Yeah,
below, so you
my
can.
Instagram down below somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it's down there. But yeah, like um, they like yeah, like pros can break so many things down for you. So having coaching with pros was like it was a lot of help. It was a
Nice.
lot of help. So,
It's really awesome,
but
GGN. You know.
yeah, well, I mean, GGN, even though I'm no longer with them, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of GGN. It's Girls Gaming Network. Um, the thing with GGN, like when I first started streaming, I was really really new to the Twitch community, and even till this day, I'm still super new because I'm more focused in like streaming myself. That I'm not really out there wondering who are the top streamers or who are this or who are that. The only reason I know who some of the top streamers are is because GGN sent me to TwitchCon last year, so I was able to meet a lot of like obviously top notch streamers because they were doing their meet and greets. And I ended up going with Cooters, and Cooters has been streaming. She was another GGN girl at the time, and we went, and Cooters just had way more knowledge as far as Twitch went slash streamers than I did. Um, so when GGN was reaching out to me, like that they wanted me to sign with them and stuff, it took me like a good month because I honestly when I had like maybe 5 viewers in my stream, and I had like 200 followers, and I'm like, who in their right mind is gonna want to sign me to some like Real Gaming Network? Like, why would you like? I'm like, there is no way this is legit. There's just no way. And then like I guess you would say the CEO, like the owner of GGN, when I would go live, he'd come in my stream, and in chat, he would just be like, Bella, did you get a chance to like check your Twitch messages? And I'm like, yeah. And they'd be like, well, you know, when you get a moment, a free time, like, could you like, you know, reply back to us? And I was like, yeah, like every time they'd come in, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. And then I would never do it, but like they kept coming back. Like they were super like persistent on the whole thing. And then finally the last time they came into my stream, I'm like, you know what, to be like 100% honest with you, I'm like, I know that I'm live and there's other people in the chat room and stuff right now, but I'm just gonna like be honest with you. I just don't think you're legit. Like I really don't think that this is like a legit thing, which is why I haven't like replied to your Twitch messages. I just delete them because I'm just like, there's no way somebody wants to sign me. Like, why
Oh.
would you want to sign me? And they're like, let me send you like all these links. Like, we're legit. I'm legit. I'm being serious. We do want to sign you. And it turns out that he was a legit person. He was managing like a pro HS team. Like, he was like, I'm legit serious. And I was like, okay. So like the contract was sent over. We read it over. It was literally legit, and I signed. And I honestly wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for GGN. Even though I am no longer with them, I mean, my stream is like night and day. If you really go all the way back to when I first started streaming to now, it's like night and day. So I mean, I can't honestly say that like GGN never did anything for me. GGN literally has gotten me to where I am now. So for that, I am extremely grateful. But due to real life, I guess, situations, like my real life crap is just, I could not resign when my contract was up. I couldn't be tied down to a contract that you know, you agree to do certain things that you have to do that the contract states, and I can't 100% be with all of that right now with what's going on with my family. So it's like I couldn't resign. I'm like, once my life is like not all fucking like bloop crazy, then you know, I will reach back out to GGN. But as of right now, like I just can't commit to a contract, so I did not resign. So, but yeah, like GGN has, you know, they've done tons for me. I mean, they helped me get my DRX Racer Chair. What up? Um, I mean, my viewers donated, but like at the time, I was like I mean, I'm not huge now. I only have like 1,700 followers on my Twitch, but I do have my regulars that are always there. But when I first started with GGN, I had maybe like 5 or 4 people like watching me. So I think it was like 150 that like my viewers like paid half, and GGN's like, dude, we will give you the rest. Like, don't worry about it. Let's see what you can come up with, and let's see what your viewers are willing to help you with, and then we'll go from there. So that's how I got my DX Racer. Otherwise, I would have never been able to get this chair. When I first started streaming, I just had like a regular computer chair. And I know you all probably can't tell, but I'm like really small. And I'm really short. I'm like 5'3". So for some reason, the computer chair was like, it was really hurting my back. Like there was days that I couldn't stream because I couldn't get out of bed. Like my back was literally so locked up and hurting from sitting here for 4 hours to stream. I would put a pillow behind me and it still wouldn't help. I was just having like major back problems, and that's when GGN's like, we need to get you a DX Racer so you can actually sit for hours and be okay. And honestly, yes, the chair is amazing. Like it really is, and it's like perfect for my size. But really, like what makes the biggest difference is this lumbar support right here. Like this is what really like does everything for me, because it like helps me keep me straight. Not all the time, but unless I'm like leaning over, because I tend to lean over a lot. But I can sit here for hours and not have any back problems at all. So I like honestly, I wouldn't be able to stream if it wasn't for this bad boy right here. So if y'all don't have one, you guys should definitely get one. Tony, I don't know if you have a racer, but you should get one.
I do. I do.
Okay,
I have one
and
back here sitting in it.
you can totally back me up, right? Are
I
these chairs not amazing?
just be clear here. We're not paid by DRX Racer.
No, we're not paid
So
by DX Racer. We're
if
not
you
sponsored by DX Racer.
if you
No.
want to sponsor us, DX Racer, especially me,
Right?
I
If you
wouldn't
want to
be.
sponsor us, I mean, by all means, let us know.
But no, I
But
totally agree. I just got this for my birthday, which was in October, so I've had it a few months, and let me tell you, just what this chair can do. You can replace the best part about this chair, honestly, besides being so comfortable and just being like you can, adjust the back of how you need it. You
you
can lay it all
can.
the
You
way
can
back.
literally like lay down on this thing. Look at
Uh,
this. Look how far up it, well, I mean, you can sit really straight up if you want to. But literally like it goes as far back, and you can just sit here and chill and like talk to your viewers, and just like, I mean, if you really want to like play League like this, you could. But like you could literally take a nap in this thing and it wouldn't even like hurt
I,
your back
I've
whatsoever.
I've taken a nap in mine actually.
I've never taken a nap in it.
I'll be
I'm not gonna
honest.
even state that because I have not. But it goes back pretty far where you can just chill. Like if any of you streamers do like a Q&A, just like pull this back, lay down, and just talk to your viewers. Like this chair is amazing. I would not be able to stream as long as I do without this thing. So, and then like my blue Yeti, this thing, I wouldn't have this if it wasn't for GGN. GGN also bought me this. This was a gift from GGN because I was using just like a regular stupid headset. And for some reason, my headset, I don't know if it was my router, my tower, I don't know what it was, but it would shut my headset off. It was wireless. Obviously, when it was dying, I had to plug it in. But it would always like shut it off and then and it would come back on. Like I was just having like major issues with it. And I don't really like having like big old fucking headphones on my head when I'm streaming. I feel like I look really dumb because I have like a little small head. But they're like, you need a mic. Like you need to get yourself a mic. And I'm like, how am I can't afford to go and get a mic. And they're like, okay, well don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. And then this came in the mail, and I was like, sweet. And it came in my little pop filter and whatnot. I just don't really ever use it. It's just sitting there. But my next thing is like I want the arm swivel situation, so it's just hanging above me instead of taking space up on my desk.
Damn,
That's the next step.
fancy here.
I know, right? Fancy. And then yeah, they sent me to Twitch Con. Like I wouldn't have been able to go to Twitch Con if it wasn't for GGN as well. I put my donation up for it, but I obviously didn't make my full donation goal that I had up, my goal. And they're like, whatever you don't make, we got you. Like we'll send you, don't worry about it. And I did. I made it to TwitchCon, and honestly, if you are a new streamer and maybe you're not like huge, but you're on your way, you're climbing up there in the numbers. TwitchCon I would highly recommend it for you. It is the one of the most amazing networking conventions that you can go to. Like networking wise, I mean everybody and anybody is literally there.
Mhm.
And there not only is there like the meet and greets where you can meet like, Soda Poppin, Forsen, Legendary Leah. Like we got to meet all of them. Nadia, we got to meet all these like top-notch streamers. Yes. Uh Trump was there. Trump was like really short, by the way, which I did not know, but he's like my size or maybe even smaller. Um but they have like oh, what are they called? I have the book. Hold on. I don't have the book. I have a TwitchCon book. It's like
Like,
where people do like it's kind of like what do you call it when you
like,
like go sit down and there's people up there
like,
and like they
a speech, not like a speech, but like
it's not
a
like a
question and
speech
answer,
kind of like
a panel, a
it's a
panel.
panel. There
There
it
we go.
is. They do panels where people like that are top-notch streamers like they tell you how they went from A to B, like how they got to like from nothing to something. And they let you like ask questions and like they answer you like whatever question you got as far as your stream, like what I should do, what I shouldn't do. They tell you like don't worry about your numbers, like don't sit there and look at your follower numbers, don't sit there and look at your viewer numbers. Like they literally make you look at the bigger fucking picture instead of you like being like, okay, this bitch has like 500 followers and like 300 viewers because she's got her boobs out. They're like, dude, don't worry about that. Like, you need to worry about your stream. Do what you need to do to get your stream bigger. And it's completely true. Like, don't worry about other people. You need to focus on you. But yeah, like all those panels and all those speeches and all the stuff that they have, like, because they have so much stuff going on at TwitchCon. But those panels where because I mean, you don't have to go and like listen to them. But we went because like we were obviously new to the game and um, they just have a lot of good things to say and a lot of things that sink in. You're like, you know what? They are so right. So like, I think TwitchCon is like a really good place for you to go and like network and learn about Twitch and how to get your stream to where you want it to be someday. So yeah, the panel stuff was amazing. Like they shared everything they did and went through to get where they are now. And they're like, we're here to help you because you're like the next generation of TwitchCon. Like next time that years from now, it'll be you guys up here, not us. And they're completely true. Like these guys aren't going to be here forever. Somebody needs to get up there. But those panels were amazing. The panels really help you when you're like a new streamer. They have a lot of insight of what you need to do and how to do it. And it takes time. Some people do get famous overnight, but if you do it, how do I say this without offending people? If you don't
Just,
do it showing your tits, being slutty, and all that good stuff, like you do it the right way, it'll feel like 10 times better,
yeah,
honestly.
hey, you gain
But
gain your community and great gain
yeah,
those
like,
different people, a different
mm-hmm.
aspect.
Yep, just be you.
Yep.
Don't try and like be like everybody else to try and get to where they're at, because it could just because it worked for them doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work for you. So,
That is
but
true.
yeah, those panels were like everything for me. Like I learned a lot, and I still don't really know much about Twitch, but those panels were they gave out great information. So I highly recommend TwitchCon. It was a lot of fun, and you will learn a lot. Plus,
Yes.
there's all the top-notch streamers that you can do the meet and greet stuff, and you can even ask them whatever questions you have that you would love to ask. So, plus you get a lot of insight on all these new games that are coming out and whatnot. So,
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
yep. So TwitchCon this year should be amazing too. And this year it's actually 3 days instead of two.
Hmm.
It's actually Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you're going to TwitchCon, I'll see you guys there.
There you
Tony,
go.
you going to TwitchCon?
I don't know if I'm going to TwitchCon. It's funds have been a little fluctuating. I'm finishing up school. I just got a new car. A lot of stuff going on.
Okay.
So,
Well, let us know if you're going.
but yeah, you got a little sneak peek. See, you get some panels. You get to learn the
Hmm.
insider scoop.
You get to learn a lot of stuff, yeah, because it's all coming from people that are they're partnered. They got hella viewers, and they basically tell you how they did it and what worked for them.
See, there you go.
So
Now TwitchCon or Twitch has to pay us, and DRX Racer, if you
right,
guys are
and
watching
DX
this.
Racer, and you
Blue
know
Yeti. The
the
blue
Blue
Yeti.
Yeti too.
Just if
Yeah,
you guys are watching out there,
it's really bad.
make sure you give a Oh,
I'm
shout out
over here
there.
talking about all sorts of stuff that I'm not sponsored by any of this stuff, guys. I promise. This is the thing about being sponsored too. Like, how do I say this without making like? Okay, so like you know how when you get sponsored by people, sometimes their recommendations or what they ask you to do is kind of absurd. Like, let's say someone sponsors you and they're like, you need to like mention us like 90 million times on Twitter a week, and you're like, really? Like, why? But like when you like that's why you don't just get sponsored just by anybody just because they're like, oh, we want to sponsor you, and you're like, yeah, let's do it, sponsor me, just because you're gonna get a sponsor. Like for me, the reason I'm talking about all these items, even though I'm not sponsored by them, it's because you honestly, truly love their product. Like, I don't want to get sponsored by someone that just wants to sponsor me, and it's obviously gonna, oh, well, we're gonna toss, whatever to you, and so you can talk about us or whatever. And it's like, okay, great, I have a sponsor, but I don't really truly care about your product, and I don't truly believe in your product or whatever. There's something there that you're just like, whatever. But I agreed to get sponsored by you because you want to sponsor me. Like, I talk about Jerky XP all the time. I don't know if you've heard me in my Jerky XP rants because you're so new to my stream, but their jerky, where is it? Their jerky is amazeballs. Like, I swear to God, this jerky's amazing. If you guys have not tried it, you should go to jerkyxp.com. But you see how naturally I'm just like sitting here ranting about these items? It's because I truly love all this stuff. So that's just like something about me, like it's part of like my previous crap where we were sponsored by stuff that I just truly was just like, about it. But once you sign that contract, you have to apply, you have to abide by everything that it says. And if it says you got to mention us, 5 times out of the fucking week, then you better mention us 5 times out of the week. Otherwise, they drop you. But this stuff is not sponsoring me. I just truly believe in the stuff, and I just truly, really love this jerky. And they even make it for your dog. If you have dogs, they make fucking treats for your dogs. They're called Jack Snacks. And see what I mean? Like, you can just rant about them forever because you truly just love what they do. So, yeah. So, like, even in my stream, they'd be like, geez, Bella, if you talked about your own sponsors as much as you talk about Jerky XP, we'd be fine. But I'm like, I just really love Jerky XP, so I can talk about it for days. Like, that's just something that comes out naturally. But when you're forced to talk about something that you just truly don't care for or believe in or like or anything or enjoy, you're not going to talk about it. And you're not going to you're going to lose that sponsor real quick because you're not going to go by what they want you to do. Because honestly, I just don't want to talk about you because I don't really care. Yep. These guys, they don't sponsor me, but I talk about them in my stream all the fucking time. It's really bad. Yeah. It's really bad.